Impact tool wise, the best I've seen so far. Plus you have your lanyard hole option, but I'm not a huge lanyard guy. Well, I take that back. Lately I have been. I've been watching tons of the paracord, the Swedish paracord nut, and he's really gotten me into lanyards. Actually, I got my first lanyard a couple days ago. I'll show that to you guys in the next video. But yeah. This knife is so complicated. Well, it's not incredibly complicated, but it's definitely more complicated than the Ripple, and some would consider that a complicated knife, just by the bearing system alone. But yeah, you take this thing down all the way, I mean, thumb plate off, the standoff in here somewhere, there's like a random standoff in there, somewhere in this area-ish. There's a pivot, there's the stop pin with the bar, then you have your spring tension here, then you have the lock bar pivot here, and then this skull crusher / impact tool is removable as well, and you can just take this whole thing down. And I love how detailed that is. I love the polished flats here. When I got this, it was actually squeaking when I opened it, and I had no idea why. But I took a look at the contact surface with the lock bar and the polished flats, and I noticed that that may be what the squeaking noise was coming from. And I just threw one drop of 3-in-1 in there, and it smoothed it right up. Like, I was able to crank this whole thing down, and it just got so ridiculously smooth. So if any of you have that problem, just throw a drop of lubricant in there, and you'll be fine. It won't mess with the lockup, because trust me, I've done a ton of spine whacking tests on this. So, as you can see, I've been playing with this knife a lot, as all the coating has been worn off on only this side of the thumb stud. There we go. I had to choose some new music. This G10, what can I say? It's ridiculously coarse. Very, very tactile. It does tear just the complete crap out of your pants. I got a hole in my pants for only carrying this for a week. But, you know, it serves its purpose. A little too tight for me, because it is kind of hard to retrieve the knife. And then the fact that, you know, the carry is deep enough that you have to readjust your grip after you pull it out. The perfect knife for me, the pocket clip, is like down here, so if I do choose to carry tip up, which I'll usually carry tip down, on a super smooth knife, I mean, check out the Blur de-assisted modified recurve Tonto. And I pull this out, I can just whip it out without using thumb studs, without anything, so that's why I'll carry it, you know, tip up. Plus, if I carry tip up, I can go for a less lethal option as well. But I'm just thinking self-defense wise. So yeah, you'll see the Blur jump in a lot during the rest of this video, which I promise I am wrapping up. Super small for me. Here's the Gerber torch. You guys have seen this before. Really small knife for me. Look, check this out. Oh, Nightmare Grind, by the way. More or less adding it up to the pivot point. Not a very good perspective for you guys, but roughly the same blade length. Roughly. And this thing is twice the knife. The AK-47 is twice the Gerber torch. I mean, really. So all in all, according to price point, and then oh, I should have mentioned this was a hollow grind as well. I love this blade shape, by the way. Phenomenal for EDC tasks. It really is. All in all, really, This is starting to turn into more of a review. I mean, you don't even see any specs here. You won't see any specs. It's just a sit and let's talk about. I just turn the camera on and I talk about the knife. But all in all, for the price, for the knife you're getting, for the knife it is, not even made in America, would I recommend it? No. No with a hash mark. If you find this knife for, like I said, a quarter of the actual price, MSRP, then jump for it. You're gonna get a fantastic knife. But I don't think it's worth 4 times the amount that you'll be paying, assuming you get it for that price. For the price I did, even. Definitely worth it if you can find it for a good price, but if you can't, please don't buy full price, because I think you may be disappointed with the amount of blade you're actually getting. I know I go against society, really. A lot of people like the super deep carry, and you know, they like the really light knives, but I like the heavier knives better. Weight just doesn't bother me at all. Weight and size don't bother me. Well, I guess size does bother me, because, you know, you'll see me carry this as a worker knife, but if you see me carry this, you know, don't ever think this is just the only knife I have on me. So, if you see me carrying this little thing. Which you'll never see me carrying, because none of you know what I look like. At least not a very good description of what I look like. But yeah. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's sit and talk about. I'll be doing that a lot more with blades that I really like. This blade, I really like still. But just for what it is, the fact that it can be waved and deployed so easily, so quickly, it's amazingly comfortable. It is light, and that is a good virtue. But, you know, it's just not my taste. But definitely a fantastic knife nonetheless. Aussate steel, in case I didn't mention that. Very easy to sharpen. Fantastic blade shape for DC tasks. Thumb plate, not really my method of opening, but it works considering, you know, if you want to wave it out. Lock back, triad lock, super strong. You're not going to have any problems with this closing out on you. But yeah. See, this blade to handle ratio always bugs me. Alright. It's still a great knife, especially this this texturing here. Your fingers just go right into that, and it locks in. So I think that's why this, even though there's no jimping up here, the amount of G10 texturing is just enough for this knife. I mean, really. Yes, you can choke up on it and do finer tasks, and with a small blade like this, yes, that is, you know, a good thing to have. So, you're not going to have, if you put your finger up here, you're not going to have any problems having your fingers slip onto that blade. Unless you're doing something really ridiculous, but, yeah. So just be careful if you have your finger up here, but you shouldn't have any problems. And this is great for, doing some finer tasks, so. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Really wasn't what you guys might be expecting, but wasn't what I was expecting. But you know what? We're going to be doing this now. So every time I come across a knife I really like, you guys will see me do this. I got myself one of these, by the way. Yeah. You guys will see me randomly throw knives in, talk about them. Any gear that I like. I mean, really. So yeah. See you guys later. Hope you have a nice day. Bye.